Alec, all right. We
Yes,
just recorded the finale of Cook Islands. Yule's the winner. All is good in the world, and we're about to watch the reunion. Okay.
we are gonna watch the reunion of this controversial season. Apparently, according to Jeff, I don't know. I
I mean,
guess
it
it's
was
controversial.
received controversially, the whole twist idea,
I
but
bet.
it is
Yeah,
what it
no,
is.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. To me, to me, it's almost become more controversial for us to talk about because of some of the decisions that were made by production. But
Yeah, it's weird.
but
In the beginning, it was very much talking about the theme, and then it became talking about the twists. But of course, we'll
yeah,
break it all down very soon when we do our season review,
we
and
will, we
we'll
will.
talk about all of it.
But
All
but for
right.
now, we'll just enjoy the the festivities
Fine.
of them all getting together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. As always, click the link in the description to see the highlights of our reaction and come back afterwards for the discussion. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. This is the reunion for Survivor Cook Islands, the last episode of the show that we'll watch.
Ever?
The last episode of the
No, that's not
season
true.
that we'll watch. Next up is Survivor Fiji in the horizon. Really
Yeah, you
teasing
kept
a
being
lot.
like,
You threw in a lot there to tease
yeah,
you.
I was like, geez, Jeff, you just gotta go slow. You
What was
can't
it
do that all at once.
19 people for the first time?
19 people, which is a random number. We've got feast or famine type things where one tribe lives living a lap of luxury, the other is like has like nothing. They're gonna fiercely duke it out. Which I mean, I know they were showing like two. I know they were showing like actors or Fiji tribesmen
Mm-hmm.
duking it out, but I would like to see some actual like dueling would be kind of cool. Would be kind of rad. Um, Two immunity idols. It's just like more. We gotta throw more in, more, and I'm like, okay, all right,
Ah.
easy, easy. And then they're like, and then someone makes a decision so controversial, they'll have everyone talking. They really want that water cooler conversation, real bad.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and I'm trying to think if there was any
They
other
did
sort of
flash something on the screen. I don't know if you saw it. Oh, they flashed a word on the screen. Did you see it?
flashed a word.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
I
was
guess I
Exile.
was. Oh, wait.
Exile.
There's two.
So
There's
Exile's back.
well, there's well, they said that. Yeah, Exile
Oh, they
Island.
said that? Okay.
They did. They said Exile Island is filled with sea snakes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
filled with deadly
So
poisonous snakes.
deadly poisonous sea snakes will be more treacherous than ever. That's what they said. Is what they said. So it's like okay, all right, you can go for it, I
So they
guess.
threw a lot. Usually they are very vague. It's just like cultural stuff, and then it's like, all right, see
Yeah,
you next time. But it's
but
like,
here they were
okay,
like
something.
laying out everything. Well, so they must have already filmed it by the time this is
Yeah, they
happening.
always do
Yeah.
have it filmed, but when the reunion's going on. But
Yeah, but it was kind of wild because of how, um, yeah, just like how much they were teasing it. So,
mm,
but they say it's another diverse cast, which is like okay, good,
it's true.
cool.
It's true for sure.
I want that to be the norm from here on out.
Yeah.
It's probably not gonna be, but
Hmm.
it was cool. So, um, it was a fun little reunion. They even threw some stuff to
Oh,
Billy.
oh shoot! I
Sekou
forgot.
sang a song.
Yes, Sekou
Oh, what?
sang a song. I forgot last episode. Got asked for the MVP. Each
Oh,
episode. So the finale and now the reunion MVPs have to be awarded.
okay. Well, the finale MVP. It's hard not to go with Yule.
Hmm.
Um, but I think I'm gonna say, I think I'm gonna say Ozzy, and for that sole fact that he just like completely broke,
Oh,
like
what? Yeah, that was a
just like
moment.
Ozzy, what's the hardest experience you've ever had? And then he like is like completely open and honest, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like getting emotional. So, yeah,
Yeah. I
so that was
mean,
pretty big right there. I mean, and the fact that he played so well of a game that he gave Yule that big run for his money was pretty amazing. So I'm actually going to give it to him.
mhm.
But
Reunion.
for the reunion, given it to. It's kind of hard. I want to just give it to Yule. You just give it to
Yeah.
Yule, I guess. Um, but like, I mean,
It's interesting they didn't ask Sekou a question, but he did write a song.
He wrote a song,
Credit to
so
that.
at least they gave him that. Yeah.
But wait, are you giving Yule for the reunion?
I mean, I guess I just think like who else like the only other ones would just be like I mean Jonathan maybe. Jonathan was pretty upfront
Pretty
about being
stuff.
like, look, I'm not a villain. Like I just was playing the
Yeah.
game. So, I played it antagonistically, but in the sense that I was antagonistic to people, but like I wasn't like I don't think you could call me a villain. And I was like, well, you can. There can be villains in this game, though. How can you say that Johnny Fairplay is not a villain?
Yeah, but
It's like
I like I like what
um,
he's saying. It's like there's
I
no
did.
villain in
Yeah,
Monopoly, right? And you're playing
yeah,
the game. It's
yeah,
just a much more high stakes
yeah.
version
So
on TV. But the on TV part is kind of the one that's missing. Um,
yeah, I guess I give it to Yule because I think Yule just had a lot of good stuff to sort of say about this competition. I also didn't realize that he was breaking down stuff by numbers like that, which I think
yeah.
is really funny. Is like you always talk about numbers, and I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Mhm. Any other
um,
standout moments from the reunion?
I mean, I did. So I do want to like. I'm very interested because I'm sure it's probably going to come up in our review, but I do want to. I do want to make point of like. Apparently, there's like race trader was apparently
Hmm.
bandied about in the press. For some of
Well,
this, which I think is really
I don't know if
interesting.
it was in the press or I thought he was kind of implying that his fellow tribe mates had, or like
Oh, it said that.
the other Hiki members had said it. They all seem nice about it. Rebecca clearly said that it was just because she trusted him, it wasn't about race.
Yeah,
But Stephanie did say it was like, I kind of did expect him to have my
I have
back
my
for
bag.
that.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
I
It was kind of
I get the
ambiguous. But
yeah
yeah,
I get the impression that it was something that had been sort of levied against him in the press is sort of the idea that I had.
maybe
But
maybe
based on kind of how that was
comments.
said, like it was like public reaction seemed to be very against him for making that decision. It was like, okay, and I don't
No,
know if
that's
that'll come
that's
up at all
bollocks.
in our stuff, but
That's bollocks.
that is bollocks, and you know
We
it.
all know it.
um, I know it. They know it.
Like, yeah, I get it. I get I get if you want to represent your culture and that's completely
Yeah,
fair, but to also hold it against them for not when you're like you didn't ask to be put into the game in this context or anything.
right,
It's like you were kind of
right.
thrown in there. It's like what you have to be bound to them no matter what now,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
better or for
That's
worse.
that exactly. Yeah. So
He was doing pretty good. He made some bad decisions in like how
yeah,
he approached the whole Jonathan's situation, obviously, and that
right.
ended up backfiring. But
Hmm.
he had a good head on his shoulders. He just takes some comments about mashed potatoes and gravy, and
He
kind of
just
run
takes
with
it.
them. But
Yeah, it takes maybe a little too seriously, and then
Brad saying is every man for himself when it comes to the
yeah,
merge.
and he's like, "Whoa, hold on, what is that? Every man for himself."
But
Um,
I think there is something to be said about in the power rankings. Let me see. I think you had like the four, Yule,
yeah,
Becky, Ozzy, Sandra in some order, but with Yule and Becky always at the top. You had them
yeah,
at the top ever since the flip, basically.
yeah,
And that kind of adds to where like some of the excitement is kind of lost there. It's like
yeah,
Yule's a great winner, but he's kind of was the expected outcome for a while.
yeah,
Feels like.
kinda, yeah, yeah. It's true.
But yeah, so we'll be doing a full season review coming up soon. I've already collected some questions and already had some previous comments from videos throughout the series I wanted to bring up, plus the whole
Okay,
season breakdown. We're going to be ranking the season, ranking the winner, giving out some awards. It'll be great.
it'll be a huge episode.
It's
It'll be
probably
great.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's the
Good.
biggest one yet,
The
the most
biggest one yet.
explosive season review yet.
That'll be good. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a season. Even if it might not necessarily be in the highest rankings, this is a season that's very hard to forget for any reason. I think
For
one of the
sure.
best casts, easily I would say that. And I mean that just goes to show is like yeah, I mean, everyone sort of had a little nice little moment here in the finale. At least I like that. If Sekou didn't have a question, he get to sing a song. That's the first time that's
Yeah.
ever happened before.
And
So,
damn it, diversity helps. Like, you see,
oh,
like
big
what Yule
time.
said about, it was a coalition, a multicultural coalition that came together in the end. So that was like beautiful in
Yeah,
itself. It was like
yeah,
they bonded without like it being based on their background.
hmm,
Um, but we saw like the season was elevated so much by having so many different backgrounds coming into it and
yeah,
different perspectives, and I think that's what
sure.
makes the cast so strong. And it stands out from the cast stands out from like when you have freaking John P, John K,
Yeah,
yeah,
Greg and Greg and
it's like with like minimal personality, like just
yeah,
like fit, semi-attractive guy. You know,
yep.
like this is what
And
I
Adam
want.
was pretty much your fit, your fit
Hmm.
attractive guy for
And even
this time.
for
And
that
yeah,
archetype, I feel like he was like one of on the more entertaining side. Like he had some
oh, big
fun.
time because he's just cheesing the whole time. It's great. Yeah,
Yeah,
I loved it. So
absolutely. All right.
yeah,
Well, thank you for joining us. That's the last of our Cook Islands reactions, but the review is coming soon. All right. In the
yeah.
meantime, if you enjoyed this video, why don't you go check out the video that we did like a month or so ago, where you did your top 10 Survivor players list based on the
Dig
first
it.
12 seasons. You need to remember that also to update
Yeah.
that list if you want to include anybody in that top 10.
Yeah, I'll have to look at
That's the
that. Maybe
question.
think about that. Yeah.
So I'll post that at the end of the review as well. All right, a lot to look forward to, and then the Survivor train keeps going. Survivor Fiji will be right
It
after
does.
that. All right, thank you for watching.
Very cool.
Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Leave a comment. I think I forgot to say that at the last episode. You leave a comment below, and if you do, we'll be sure to read it in the next episode of the Tarqaron podcast. All right.
Mm.
Click the link in the description for our social media. All right. Take care now.
Yeah. Alrighty.